happened last time?
We made a friend.
Yeah. Technically,
We traveled to a pit and jumped down.
Yeah. We talked to our friend a lot, and learned that Cool was going to the abyss to go take the husk. So we decided, fuck that guy in particular, and went there first. Moved past the dome on the outside by kind of squeezing through some vines. Went down, found the druid, a god of this world, dying.
But not before giving Audra an excellent weapon.
Yes. And then we, after witnessing the death and taking a quick short rest to attune to new things, we decided to do the old, let's go explore this dead city, and came across where everybody kind of ran to during the cataclysm, and decided that it would be, well, I think it was Providence decided that the dead should stay, sealed and everything, and Chance went, fuck that, and opened it up with magic.
Yes, and that was where we left things off. You have just created a 10-foot deep tunnel right through the door. And at first, all seems black beyond, but as your dark vision eyes attune, you see that it is just very low lit with growing crystals that have been housed in small iron displays littered along the wall, and this corridor in front of you seems to stretch on forever. Do you
Yeah,
enter?
I mean, Chance heads inside. He has a hand on his sword to be able to draw it if needed.
Okay.
Well, I'm obviously following him. That's a dark, scary hole. Chance, are you sure?
It's fine. I say it's not that dark.
It's only mildly scary.
I have dark vision, but I fire in my hand.
As you both emerge out of the 10-foot tunnel, I would like both of you to roll Constitution saving throws.
Hell yeah.
I roll these with advantage.
Hell yeah.
This is one of my worst saving throws. The only one worse is strength.
Oh boy. Audrey, you sense a little nausea as you pass over the boundary. It distracts you for a second. You bump into Chance. He's kind of bent double.
My love?
Chance, there's a sense of extreme discomfort as you feel yourself, like, running so much slower than normal.
So this is basically I've returned to normal speed.
It would seem so. You could roll an Arcana check to determine what exactly might be going on.
Yeah. This feels weird. Time to try and figure it out.
It seems to be like it does seem like it's similar to the weird nauseous feeling that you got when Sklad transported you all deep into the past.
Looking around, is anything different?
Different how?
Like, I don't know, has like the hole resealed or anything like that? Like, have we traveled in time just in like a weird pocket way?
No, you look through the tunnel and you see the other three staring presumably down at the rest of you.
Are you good?
Yeah, just a weird feeling.
You only hear as Arazid calls out to you. it sounds incredibly sped up for some reason.
Audra, with an inquisitive expression on her face, kind of like almost tries to like scooch in past Chance. I mean, it's a 10-foot wide space, right? So she kind of scoots in past
It's
him.
10 foot deep. I think 5
10
feet
foot
wide.
deep. 5 feet wide. I mean, we can both fit in 5 feet.
Yeah,
Just kind of
you've
like scooting
both
past
left
him and.
the tunnel in order for this to have happened to you. So you'd be
Yeah,
in,
we're inside.
you'd be in like quite a large corridor by now, which would be about 40 feet across.
Okay, yeah. Is there any like doors? Audra's gonna keep pressing forward.
No, there's no doors that you can see, just one long, straight, dimly lit tunnel that goes down and down and down. Does anyone else follow in?
Yeah, I think Solas would.
I mean, do I see that when they're moving slowly?
Yeah.
I'll follow.
Providence too?
Begrudgingly.
As the three of you step over the boundary, I'd also request con saves from Jarl. Thankfully, all three of you only have a passing moment of nausea.
Oh,
And then
out of...
everyone is finally back in the same speed.
Oh, that is weird. Okay. Well, there's certainly something going on down here, and let's find out, I guess.
Chance is going to walk towards a wall and place a hand on it and cast prestidigitation to create the mark of Earth.
Okay.
To see if magic works and what effects this place might have on it.
Your magic works fine. The symbol of Earth glows strongly against the wall. And there seems to be nothing untoward.
Alright, Chance will just kind of stand tall, hype himself up. This isn't that bad. And then press forward.
The rest of you follow, I assume.
Yeah?
Yeah.
After a journey of a few minutes, you begin to see in the far distance that the corridor splits into three, the same straight line that you've been following for a while, as well as a left and right. It's notable that you've heard nothing since arriving here.
Is the floor, like, are there footsteps? Is there anything disturbed in any one direction or not?
Anything disturbed? Like, any echoes?
Yeah, is there any, like, footprints, any disturbed, like, is there, like, a layer of dust that's been disturbed? Any signs of life in any one direction?
Roll a survival check, please.
While that's going on, Chance is gonna prestidigitation to make a little mark of like an arrow pointing towards like the way that they came, to mark that that's the exit. That'll last 1 hour.
Okay. You see that there are a great many tracks in the dust that crisscross all over this junction. But Audra, you're not able to determine any one favoured direction or anything notable about the individuals.
She kind of follows a set of steps and does that thing where she, like, turns herself around in, like, a circle, almost like a dog chasing its tail.
Right, one set of footprints overlap with another. You are left with one fact for sure, though. You are not alone.
Just as a bit of insurance. Solas is going to throw out a divine sense to detect the presence of any celestials, fiends, or undeads in the local area.
Within 60 feet, no one jumps out.
Hmm.
Also, I'm just letting you know that my hood is up for my cloak of elven kind.
Okay.
Well, we have 3 ways to go. Any strong preferences?
Let's take the left. That just seems right.
Okay.
Chance will shrug. Alright.
I guess.
Unless anybody has any...
Audra is left-handed anyway, so she
Okay.
would naturally just start to turn left.
Natch.
Don't really see anything of note around here, so just go wherever your hearts tell us, I guess.
To the left, then.
As you begin walking down, after about a minute, you see a large sign that sticks out from the ceiling and announces that you are in the dorms. It seems to glow around the edges with a purplish light.
Well, the fact that something like this is still functional is promising, maybe.
How many of the tracks from like the main area have like led down this path?
Please roll a survival check.
I'm going.
Oh, he's getting there. Nice. You see that there are quite few that seems to have come this way. There are some much older signs in the dust, and as you look closer, you find a necklace half buried in like the dust around the edge of the corridor.
Okay, I would like to try to excavate it.
It's as simple as just pick it up, shake it off.
Based.
And the necklace is silver and vaguely, like the pendant is vaguely rectangular of shape. And there is a name written upon it. Chorus...
I can read, so...
Yes. The name is Chorus Yahig.
Okay, that might take me a while to actually read, so I gotta squint at it and I go, Chorus... do we know anyone by this? I just kind of hold that out to Audra. I gave up halfway through, fuck it.
Who presumably reads it a lot easier.
Oh, yeah. Audra's a STEM woman. Anyways, yeah, I read it. Do I know who this person will be?
You could roll a history check.
I shall do so.
The name is unfamiliar to you.
Yeah, that's a name, for sure.
The best you can get is that you sense that they might have been... It's not a very modern name by your standards, so this...
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say,
fits.
I would assume it was a name from this,
Yeah.
from this society, for sure. Weird to put your name on your jewelry like you're a child, but I guess that's a thing people do.
Well, maybe it could be a child, we don't know.
Could be. Seems kind of fancy for a child, but could be a rich child. Alright, I'm just pressing forward until I find some sort of door.
Okay. If you were to pass under the sign, you were once again struck by that same nauseating feeling that requires some constitution to survive. AKA, please. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are we within Silas's aura? Or Solas's aura?
Would Solas have stepped up in a timely manner?
I feel like he'd kind of stick around the middle. If people keep going, then yeah, he would kind of keep close.
Then yeah, I would say that everyone
Aha,
would
21.
Also, I should probably ask, would this count as a magical effect?
Yes.
Alright, I have advantage then.
So it's a +5, right? So it's a 12
Yes.
for Audra.
Yes.
Does a 12 succeed?
Did a 13 succeed when chance rolled?
I didn't think so!
I think the DC is 15,
You're
based on
Yeah.
the rolls.
Audra goes full 90-degree angle and starts gagging.
You're able, like, just with, like, the warmth of Mekis's begrudging paladin's might, coming from externally, you're able to stop yourself from heaving, but there's a really gut-wrenching sense as you totter over the threshold, and as Arazid and Providence haven't rolled yet, I'm assuming you guys haven't crossed it yet?
I'm hanging back to see if, like, once I feel like I'm walking behind some people, and once I notice that, like, Audra has doubled over, I'm waiting to see if, like, because I noticed that nauseous feeling at myself earlier, waiting to see if she starts going even slower.
Which she does.
I'm actually immune to all diseases. Is this a disease?
No.
Rats. Okay.
I kind of turn to Providence and I'm like, that's okay. This is getting. I don't know how. I'm getting nervous.
Well, Talbot to chance. He decided to go rob a crib. I'm with you. What do you want to do?
I mean, I don't want to leave him, but I'm nervous.
Don't have to go.
I'll go if you go with me.
Sure.
Okay, into it. Okay, and then I take some steps forward and try to pass that threshold.
Would Solas be, like, hanging around the edge close enough that they would come into his aura at this time?
I'd imagine he would try to maintain equal distance. So try to keep up with people that are going ahead, but try to stick back so
Yeah.
he's around the people behind.
So Providence and Arazid would get the +5s as well.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily.
Also, wait, I just want to see how much slower are they going? Like, are they going like 1/5 our speed, like half our speed? What's the?
That's a very good question. They seem to be going at about 1/6 of the speed that you are.
Okay,
So
because like
really,
Arazid's, where Arazid's mind is at right now is that like they're gonna keep walking and keep getting slower and slower, and then once they get out of here, it's gonna be like a million years in the future because they've been going so damn slow. So that's why he's nervous.
Okay.
But he's gonna keep going forward.
Or he'll just feel so speedy he'll start running around like that time he drank coffee.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, basically by the time you guys have crossed the threshold, like, Audra hasn't even started, like, bowing over to start retching. But you are able to make it outside, past the threshold and into the dorms, without any severe unpleasantness.
Hey. Jan's gonna hold out a hand. Could I see the necklace for a second?
I gave it to Audra.
Oh, you did?
Oh, here you go.
And Jan's gonna look it over, and he's gonna try and see if there's any like magic in it. Like, are these necklaces what are required to not have this effect happen?
Interesting question. You could roll Arcana or Investigation if you wanted just a more general understanding.
I will assist with the Arcana check if you want to make one of those.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna Arcana.
The necklace doesn't seem to be magical.
Okay. Jan's hands it back. Wishful thinking. I thought it might help with this effect.
I know one thing that might help with this effect, and
A good
looks
berry?
at Arazid, but at Arazid's kind of forehead.
Yeah.
There's something on your forehead, Dewey. I don't know if you remember. You're wearing something.
Oh. Yeah, as it looks up at this helm that he's wearing, and he kind of. Okay, I can only cast things that like are related to myself, but I could give it to you, and you could cast something for yourself.
Is that how it works? We've been using it on other people this whole time.
And then it says in the description that it's only spells related to the self, I think.
God, is that true?
Googling.
Yeah, and material components, but targeting yourself only.
Huh.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
Okay, I'm actually just going to remove that because we have not been adhering to that, and it would seem silly to impose it now. But thank you for
Real as hell, thank you.
And also correct that spelling.
But yeah, okay, I cast. Let me look at the spell, which one's the right spell. I think it's Greater Restoration.
I mean, do a truth. I don't know if a lesser will work. I don't know if a greater is needed. And so, make your best judgment call.
I'm going to start with a lesser and then see what's up. So on Audra, I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration.
So a lesser ends a disease or blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. So unless it's poisoned, which Audra, you
Poison. I'm fully immune to poison. I'm fully immune to disease. So
you would absolutely be able to logic from that the condition that this is none of those. Lesser wouldn't work.
I would communicate that information.
Oh, okay. Well, I can try Greater. Okay. I don't know really how to do this. I've never really used this, and I'm not the best with magic. But I
you
guess
just take a deep breath before, and it just feels, and then you just cast the spell as you exhale. You cast it on the exhale.
Okay. And I turn to Audra, and I go, Greater Restoration.
You're not sure if it's done anything.
I jump up and down in place.
I mean, you don't feel nauseous. You feel as if you're running at a normal speed.
Is she super fast to us?
Nope. She is still running at the same speed as the rest of y'all.
Okay, well that did something, right?
Oh, do we wish to push forward or what?
So to clarify, I'm no longer slowed.
You're no longer what?
Slowed? Slowed?
What's that mean?
Slowed!
Oh. Well, none of you were slowed, quote unquote.
Yeah, but I was moving at 1/6 speed. That's...
But once you cast over the threshold, you were moving at a normal speed.
Oh. Okay, yeah, that makes.
Do you perhaps want to ponder on this further with an Arcana
Yeah.
check?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I would like to help.
I'll do my own guidance myself. Well,
Dirty 20.
Nice.
29.
Between the three members of the Brain Trust, you were able to conclude a possible theory that there is some form of spell that dilutes the flow of time in certain areas of this structure. Why it's different for different areas of the structure, you're not sure. Why it exists as a whole, you couldn't say. But it's not a disease or a poison. It's not something that's affecting you guys personally. It seems to be an environmental thing. It happened the second that you walked past the sign with the purple lighting around it.
Did we ever read that sign?
It's at dorms.
Okay.
And like, after passing through that threshold, you see, like, in the corridor stretching off to your distance, like, multiple doors on either side.
We don't have colleges. Arazid doesn't know what a dorm is. But he's assuming, because it's like rows of doors, that it's some sort of weird, like, housing situation.
Audra
Are
starts
these doors
opening.
like residential doors? Or are they like weird crypt doors?
They're like slightly wider doors than like the standards that you're used to. Either in like modern day building architecture or exploring the ruins. They do seem to be like somewhat flat and quite heavy.
I guess Audra's gonna start opening doors, but she's gonna like knock politely on each one before she opens. In case
well,
someone's
she's
like
doing that
making
one
it
to
there.
hide
I don't
somewhere,
know.
because that's scary.
You open a few in a row, and you're like in each one is 2 rows, each of 6 bunk beds. So in total, each room seems to be able to hold 24 people. Every single one of the beds appears to have been slept in at one point. They're like, they've not been all done up perfectly. Some have been, you know, made well, so others have been, the blankets are just strewn all around, like a chaos gremlin has swept through here. There seems to be some personal effects littered around. Wilted flowers, wallets, picture frames, that kind of thing, in each of these rooms on like a bedside beside the beside the bed. But you see no signs of life or death.
This is weird.
Can I, like, search these wallets for the name Chorus Yahig?
Yeah, you would probably start against the wall that was near where you found the necklace. On the 4th door in the 3rd bed in on the bottom bunk, you find a small diary that belongs to a Yahid, Chorus.
Okay, I'm cracking that bad boy open. I need to see what all this is about.
And you cannot read the language.
Oh no! do I have a sense of what language it is, even though I can't read it?
You could roll like a history check for that.
All right.
You get the sense it might be Elvish or Infernal, like script.
Okay.
Do you need to
and
tell
then
me, Arazid, you're making that face again?
Yeah, no, I don't get this, and I just kind of flip it around. I don't let go of it. I kind of flip it around to show Audra.
I speak both Elvish and Infernal, so can I read this?
While it is written in the same script that Elvish and Infernal are written in, the language itself is not one that you recognize. It's like an English-only speaker trying to understand something written in Spanish.
Okay, so it's not Abyssal, Celestial, etc.
Well, I do have a spell for this kind of situation, but it'll take a little bit to cast.
Are you sure that would be smart? If time is altered here, what could take a minute could take hours.
We could just bring it with us. I mean, I know for sure that's a cue.
I believe we should press forward. I mean, look, the more we press into this, we know Cool is on their way. Should we go back, get the husk, and then come back to explore this place?
Well, as much as I am curious about this place, I feel like it would be a good idea to leave it for later at least. It's a bit, odd, son.
I can reclose the stone if needed, or we could just leave it open for the time being.
Up to you guys.
I think let's leave it open in case we need to make a hasty exit.
Yeah, yes, but my suggestion is we go find the husk before Cool gets here and then come back and finish exploring.
Certainly the husk is... Sorry, I had to sneeze. Alright, I guess everybody turn around.
Okay. I turn around.
We start reverse mamboing out of here.
Alright, when you pass through the barrier area, once again, please roll some con saves with the aura. Nice. Everyone passes this time, so you're able to hurry forward without pesky nausea weighing you down, and as you reach the junction, once again, the arrow that was prestidigitated is still there.
Alright, it hasn't been an hour yet, because that would mean that this mark would be gone.
In main bunker time anyway, not outside time.
Chance will lead the group down the right path to the exit.
you guys like power walk back away, and finally you reach the exits. As you're going through the tunnel, I'd like to ask the same. Assuming Solas would probably be in the middle, because then his aura can reach out to everyone. If you're having to go single file for this.
No.
Where would Chance be in the queue? Probably
I'm
in
presuming he's
front?
like in the front.
Yeah. Everyone's trying to get out, they're being quite speedy, and then Chance just like buckles under and he's like, oh, my tummy! Does he, I assume he tries to power through?
Oh yeah, he's just gonna like, kind of like, stumble as if he's going to fall, place like a hand on the wall, and then just kind of like power through it.
With as constitutive as she is, Audra, who I'm going to assume was behind Chance, is able to just help him walk forwards slowly while
Just
he gets
breathe
over his
through your
nausea.
nose. It helps, trust me.
And you guys are able to get back into real time once more.
Okay, so that was not at all what I was expecting.
No. Oh no, no, not at all.
Anyway, just clarifications. Do you think the husk is down the massive pit in the middle?
Yeah, I thought that's what we were told, was it not? That it fell, broke through the center, and fell down the massive hole in the center?
I got it. Just had to clarify.
As you reach the massive hole in the center, these like teeth-looking stones you see have been like man-made from humanoid-made from some primitive tools. There's also a hint of slime on them.
Can I do some sort of slime check?
What do you mean by slime check?
Like, see what type of slime it is.
So you want to be like a noir detective with like an anonymous white powder.
Yeah, like pick it up, rub it between my fingers, look at it a little bit, you know.
Okay. You could roll for a nature. Possibly a con save. Okay, no, you're fine. It is like a mossy slime, like the slime that, like, when you were in Grove and you were swimming in that little pool with your new best friend as your, like, a fish, like, bumped up against you and you felt it and it was slimy. It's kind of that same feeling.
I don't think this hole is real, guys.
I'm gonna close my eyes and stick my arm in its direction and see if I feel something different than the visual information.
It doesn't feel any different. The teeth, like, Arazid, you could see, seem to have been placed there as like a warning or like a boundary measure.
So a boundary measure and the hole is like exuding a fish-like slime. That's
No,
not...
not the hole itself. The teeth are covered in the slime.
The teeth of the hole have like a... Okay, so that's not good.
So wait, is
so
it not good or is it not real, or is it?
Both. Things that are not good can also be not real. Are we gonna jump down this hole?
I mean, I was planning to float gently down, but I mean, if you want to jump.
There is a very small staircase that seems to be set into the chasm outer edge.
Everybody just remember, you can turn into a cloud if you need to.
Well, I guess that'll be useful if one of the steps goes away. Alright, let's head off.
Well, turning into a cloud again takes actually like a minute, so if you want to do that, you kind of have to like decide.
Well, I mean, looking at the size of this thing, we'd be falling for a while, so it could be possible.
I'm just gonna start walking down the staircase.
I'm gonna follow hastily.
I'm gonna wild shape, I think, into a falcon, but I don't have my cards at my desk, so I'm gonna just go grab them real quick.
Whilst you're grabbing that, I think no, I can't be bothered to learn how to play how to use dynamic lighting right this second, but it would be cool. Remind me to eventually get around to that, or maybe I'll make a note for myself.
It's good for some maps, and then for some other maps, it just breaks everything.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I am wild shaping into a forest falcon, and I have advantage on wisdom perception checks. In case that matters.
Be careful not to fall, everyone. I don't have the spell prepared to save anybody. And then Chant's gonna activate the winged boots and kind of walk over the pit and gaze down.
Yeah, you see a light right at the bottom, very dim.
Dive, dive, dive!
The others begin to trudge round the staircase in the center, I assume.
Yeah.
Making your way downtown, walking fast.
Down, down.
Yeah, so there's like a light that gets progressively less dim, but it's still not like a super bright light. As you all get closer to the bottom, Audra and Chance, are we diving like right into the center, or are you guys like just following like the curve of the stairs so you're close to your friends?
Chance would be following Audra's lead. Because if Audra's gonna dive as Falcon, then he's gonna follow, so...
Yeah,
There's
I
at
would
least some
be
backup.
slowing to match Chance's pace, because I have a fly speed of 60, but I don't think Chance is that fast with the
I
winged boot.
do.
Oh, you do? Great, yeah.
Because
We're
I
just
have
keeping
a
up
fly
with you
speed equal
then.
to my walk speed, so...
Oh shit, so you're faster than me.
Well, I walk at 60. Because I'm not activating anything that boosts speed, so...
Cool.
And okay, if Chance is following Audra's lead, where does Audra aim for?
I mean, she's dive bombing straight down.
Straight down into the center? Right.
Yeah.
So while the rest are taking the slow route, Solas will kind of look around. Would he be able to notice anything either up the pit, down the pit, or on the walls with the 120 feet of dark vision he has?
He would be able to see that these staircases are like very old and used to have like quite a lot of like there are some recesses in them that you assume were meant for like guard stations, which are long since abandoned for probably obvious reasons.
Yeah. Alright, probably speed up. They look like they're already at the bottom.
Alright. They would arrive first, but you guys would arrive not long after, so I'm gonna like reveal all of your areas at once just before I load you into this map.
My mother came in and is going to quick trip to get me a chocolate donut.
Oh yeah, you gotta leave halfway through today, don't you?
Yeah, I leave in like 30 to 45 minutes.
Rip. Alright. Audra and Chance, you dive bomb close towards the center, and as you get closer, you see that there are like these two ghostly figures that roam around this decorative pit area in the center. And you see something on a plinth that looks very husk-like.
Can I tell what these, like, do I recognize these figures at all?
You should definitely be able to recognize the one on the right, yeah. You have come across his statue before in the ruins below Duras. His name is Malkazid.
I know that name.
By that, could I intuit who the other one is?
I would not fault you for trying.
Oh god, where's the notes? Ruins below Duras, the statue of Melchizedek.
Would I know who the other figure is?
Not by sight.
Can I make a
But
history check?
is it Amanoth? Amanoth?
Yes. Or more correctly, his human form name, which is...
I got a 50% on the test. It's okay. A 50% is an F, but that's fine.
Ichthos. You know, the name of that island you have.
Oh yeah.
You said they're ghostly, so they're like semi-translucent?
Yes, they do not appear to be like the real forms of these guys.
So Jance is gonna come down from like then kind of land here-ish, and then just kind of stand.
Landing.
I'm gonna land on Chance's shoulder.
Is there any reaction from these two?
The one closest to you spins, looks at you, immediately adopts a regal posture. Malky, dear, we have a guest. And Malky begins to walk over to you, as does the other.
Greetings.
And you have brought friends. Charmed, I'm sure.
Yes, we are here to reverse the sins of the past.
Reverse our sins, you mean?
I guess, in a way. And
What's
Chance is gonna point like past them towards the husk, or like the massive gem in the center. We've come to collect the final piece of the puzzle.
The figure that's done the talking so far walks up to the pair of you, and it stands at a respectable distance and holds out his ghostly hand. Well met. My name is Ichthos, though in life I was more commonly known as Amanoth.
Chance would take whatever step forward he needs to shake the hand as much as he could.
It's a ghostly
I am Chance
tingle,
Kanda.
not very... It's not able to grasp your hand, it's more of a performative gesture. Kanda. Kanda, Malky, didn't you have someone in your army called Kanda? Malkazid, former ruler of one of the Nine Hells, trudges over. You notice he's holding this spectral stone bowl, which is collecting the poisoned blood that, even in his spectral form and of death, still runs off the brand on his forehead all the time. So it almost looks like he's permanently crying as it runs past his eyes and his nose. And through that he spits. Close to it. Koda was the name. Kanda is a translation. You are maybe a descendant.
Perhaps.
I would shake your hand too, but it is full. Ichthos, you idiot. Can you not tell who they are? Treat the Arazid with the respect they were foretold to have. Although, where is your sixth?
Well, he's a bit preoccupied with some pressing issues. Namely the potential destruction of the land by a tyrant warlord, but once we are able to get the second sun back in the sky, I am sure that'll be nothing but past memories.
That is a shame. The Guardian was looking forward to meeting him again.
The Guardian? Are you two not the Guardians?
We are accidents. As the husk fell, it travelled through our glorious battle and took away our souls. We were dragged along with it. But there was one soul that was already inside, at least a part of her. Ichthos, you know her quite well. Indeed, she was once a researcher of mine. A young lady called Anna.
Oh,
I see.
Oh. Oh, wait. Oh, wait.
A shame Inqua couldn't be here.
Oh, she will probably arrive sooner rather than later. She has merged with the last of our guests down here in the pit of despair. Tower used to have quite the robust defense mechanism. Defense guardian creature. A rather large sea serpent. It was pulled into Tower's abyss, and down here when the water flooded in. And here it remains, guarding what I intended it to guard.
Then I take it, if we attempt to take the husk, we will have to fight this being?
Almost certainly. It's never far away. It's probably already moving closer, but it's quiet. Insidious. A perfect killing machine. And now it also has the soul of a minor spellcaster.
I see.
A minor smoke. Oh, okay.
Do not give her that little credit, Malky. She was not entirely unskilled. Remember, she was the one to attempt to resonate with the husk as it fell and stop it from doing so. Few could have done that. You attempt to take the husk, you see. You will be fighting something that is part giant sea serpent, as he said, and part fearsome spellcaster.
Well, we are fearsome spellcasters as well. I'm sure the battle will be legendary.
As it was foretold to be long ago. Which are you, by the way?
I am the embodiment of the breath.
Ah, wonderful. And your avian friend.
And this creature hears in its head, I telepathically speak to him. Address me directly.
My apologies. Beautiful plumage, by the way. His own spectral wings kind of ruffle in kind.
I'm going to deburb right next to Chance.
Oh, wonderful. We have a druid in our midst. I hope that my Aliki was pleased to see you.
My hand tightens around the other rose.
Which brings his attention to it, and there's a look of almost shame on this spectral former warlord's face. Ah, I see.
She loved you to the end, you know.
He nods and goes silent. Oh, Malky, we've had 1,000 years to brush over that old wound. Oh, forgive him. He has many regrets, as do I. Yes, many regrets. I did love her too. But I let my desire for power get in the way. You must never put power before love. My desire for power destroyed the world. My desire for love would have made it grow more glorious. And Arazid's gonna awkwardly walk away. Ever the drama, devil.
I I kind of clear my throat and shift awkwardly because I would like to ask questions, but I don't know how to.
And which one are you?
I'm not one of it. I'm just here.
Which of the Hexad are you? The gentleman with the fiery blade and temper over there is the breath. And we have the friend, and you would be...
the core.
I would not want to carry that burden.
I don't mind it. I like my friends. So if you both are here, sorry, I'm nervous. If you both are here, does that mean like Amonacid isn't here, or because like you both like you like became like a dragon smoothie, right? Like that's how that worked.
You see a shared look of surprise and concern flash between these two.
What? Insight check. What?
Yeah, go for it. They were not aware of Amanazid's existence.
Like you guys know about like the dragon that you both became, but like you guys knew it's like the combination of your names, like it's like a whole thing. We fought that dragon like I don't know, like upwards of 3 times. Like it's a
Twice.
huge presence in our lives.
We do not remember anything after the husk impacted our combat.
Well, and Chance is gonna hold out a hand in prestidigitation to make a small little statuette of Amonacid. This is what you've become.
A green dragon? Somehow, through the spectral nature, you can still see Amanoth's face turning nauseous and red with anger.
I can say for certain that the acid hurts a lot. But yes, green. It also comes alive.
The acid
Yeah, and
comes
like making
alive.
pacts with like everything that breathes. It's a dragon.
Dear, oh dear, as we...
And a dragon that is not particularly nice to its young either, so...
It's young.
Oh yeah, it's had at least 2 children, I think.
Yeah, there's Emoja and Azurkul.
No, Emoja was mine.
Oh yes, that's right.
My
He's doing
child.
well. He's still...
They're alive?
Yes.
Where are they?
On a limbo to the far north, away from the dangers of Azurkul.
I'm glad to hear that. There's, it's Ichthos's turn to bite back tears, it would seem. If you ever do return and speak to Emoja again, please tell them that I am deeply, deeply sorry, and that I love them to my... beyond my dying breath.
Chance will nod. Very well.
Who was the other name you said? This Azurkul.
Chance will prestidigitation, another little illusion of the of what cool looks like. A rather aggressive tyrant that is currently on their way here to steal the husk.
What an ugly name.
This, I guess, You're two. This is gonna get very weird very quickly. So Azarkul is the child lieutenant, something of the combined form of your bodies after it was left and gained its own sentience.
There's another awkward look between the two former warlords. Malkazid steps a little further away. Oh god, it's breeding.
And I believe we have it somewheres. It's using twisted magic to warp people into unnatural beings that are inherently loyal to it. I believe we have the I think we have a staff that does that here somewheres. Who has that again? Who has the staff of the occult or whatever it is?
The Orcrest.
Yes, Orcrest.
It's in like shared, whatever the shared bag is, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chance just produces it.
I'm gonna say Ichthos because every time I try and say Amanoth, I can hear my mind trying to trip it over itself and say Amanazid. So I'm just gonna try and keep them separate for just ease, but you guys know Ichthos equals Amanoth, right? Female dragon
Yeah.
becomes male human, it's fine. But Ichthos approaches you, looks at this staff, examines it with ghostly, unable to grasp hands. It reeks of dark magic.
Yeah, we are trying to protect the realm against this being as it comes to end all life.
That would be most unfortunate. But it will not come to pass. It was foretold, after all, 1,000 years ago, that you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and somebody else would stop that. I thought they just meant the sun situation, now I see. It was a lot worse.
Yeah, if I ever do meet my great-grandmother, I am going to tell her to not tell prophecies about me anymore.
Who is your great-grandmother?
The Oracle.
Oh. I thought the name Coda sounded similar. Do you also have the eye?
The eye?
The Oracle had it. Kage had it. Although he was only a youngling and not able to be nurtured properly. Have you ever seen things before they have come to pass?
Jan's gonna blink and think. He doesn't think so, but perhaps things have, this is an unknown ability of his.
Do you often find yourself moving so quickly that it feels like you are reacting to something almost before it happens?
Well, sometimes. I mean, Kage has the ability, then I'm sure I may be able to learn it.
It requires the seed inside you. It is not something that can be learned. But if the seed is there, it can be nurtured and grown. You say sometimes.
Well,
it is
ever
possible.
since we collected the remnants of the elements, and once we gathered them all together, it seemed to bestow great power among us.
Or
And
perhaps
since then,
it's,
I feel like I can move at twice the speed, react just as fast.
or perhaps it unlocked powers you always had. Powers that befitted yourselves. Powers that maybe even were always inside. Do any of the Kanda or Koda family still live?
As far as I know, two. Myself and Kage.
If you ever see Kage again, ask him. He has no doubt had time to nurture his seed. Is that a kitty?
Yes.
Oh. Meow. Meow. Sorry.
Well, there's a possibility that our paths could cross as soon as tomorrow.
Fortuitous timing. Perhaps their seed has advanced further yet, that they already knew of this conversation right here, right now.
James just seems lost in thought at this point.
I will confess, you are not the only one that looks familiar to me. Malchazid now turns towards Solas. You have the stink of my lieutenant about you.
Yes, that would make sense. I am Solas, the son of Mechas.
They did say that the amalgam would be born of her. That would be you, I take it?
Correct.
Well met. He extends a ghostly hand.
So all this time, Sol's kind of had his right hand rested on his axe that's kind of hung from his belt. He just moves it to shake his guy's hand.
Similarly, it's like you're just like imitating a handshake with thin air. It's like maybe it's like tingle around your hand.
He's good at making it look genuine.
Nice. And how are you? Have you had a good life? Has Mechas treated you well?
It's a complicated situation, at least currently. Well, has been in general. I've never actually seen her in person.
Oh. And who were you raised by?
My father, the odd man, far in the northwest. But yes, he's an individual. I mostly did what he told me to because it entertained him, but I didn't really take much after him.
No. You seem withdrawn, confident, much like she was.
I guess, it makes sense.
Tell me, dear boy. And he approaches you and like rests a spectral hand around you in a far too familiar manner. How many genocides have you committed thus far?
well, by myself, none. However, with a fine few people here, of the people here, I guess you would count a couple.
We have never committed genocide.
I mean, we did kill an entire camp of cultists.
You left
That's
a
not
good.
genocide.
That's not
That's
genocide.
You
I
only
mean-
killed like 2/3 of them, really.
Yeah, we didn't really kill them all. I mean, I still have, like, most of them loyal to me.
Killed a lot of them. And
And you are well on your way to becoming very much like her indeed, but she always was very lonely when I knew her.
well, I guess could be different somehow.
Well, I am glad to see you alive at any rate.
Well, I've learned I'm not the person to go down quickly. Or, well, at least recently. I'm actually quite tough nut to crack, you could say.
But, you are all looking as strong, as capable, as well equipped as the Breath's great-grandmother foretold you to be. If you were to take the shining jewel, the husk, I am sure the Kraken would not pose a threat.
Well, I guess there's only one way to find out.
Once you take that from this place, we may cease to exist. If there are questions any of you want to know about the past, as long as it's more than 1,000 years ago, we may be of some help. Indeed. We have had quite a few years to get over our shared anonymity towards one another. Eh, Malky? Yes. Icky. The last word said with like a disgusted bite to it.
Yeah, it seems like you two are getting along great.
Well, we're not trying to kill each other anymore. That happened quite a few times over the first few decades, although it mainly related to spectral slaps. Once he threw his spectral poison bowl at me. It went right through me. It was quite amusing.
So, do you have any questions?
I have some questions, but I don't know if they're really relevant.
Well, there's no time like the present.
When I don't know if this was 1,000 years ago though. When it could be. I mean, like English from 1,000 years ago, right?
Inqua? Did you say Inqua?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's our 6th. I thought you knew.
Inqua Ramus is the 6th of the Hexad?
It's a very long story, yes.
Well,
I thought you made mention of him before, given that his lover? I don't even know really the relation. It was merged with the Kraken, or whatever sea serpent thing.
I had no idea that the two of them were, related in that way. Honestly, I thought it would be Professor Windenberg von Delafew Strauss, whatever the hell her name was.
Matrion?
Yes.
Oh,
That-
she's around.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
That does beg questions. There is one major issue currently going on that we are gearing up to go face. Do either of you have information about Castle Rendion?
Yes. It was something I had explored to a small extent in my youth, whilst my esteemed colleague here was beginning to build his empire. Their empire, whatever. I sought the deepest forms of magic. But even I could not penetrate the hull of that castle, derelict though it was at the time, and almost entirely buried in the mud. I managed to excavate it. We looked around the edges. I sent in some of my lieutenants to have a look around inside, but they never returned. I heard screaming.
It is likely that their souls were consumed by the castle, and their bodies... I'm not sure. However, we have come to learn that this Matria has conquered the castle and has aligned with Azarkul.
That is very disturbing. She was so power hungry. Hungry in many ways. I know for a fact that she killed several of her superiors in order to get ahead. They always seemed like accidents, but I knew they weren't. I overlooked it, of course. As long as the power was there. And she was powerful, let me tell you. But eventually, many of her colleagues turned against her after they realized that she was a murderer. And they...
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to murder somebody who's being, like, hostile towards you and threatening you or somebody else, but that's morally wrong.
Murder is morally wrong. That is what they shouted as they pushed her off the edge. I thought that would be the end of her, but, you know, she was the wizard in charge with learning all that she could, and all that we could about graviturgy. I thought that perhaps it was not impossible that she may have survived the fall.
But you know there's a spell called Featherfall, right? Like, even, like, baby wizards can learn that.
And who do you think that is to thank?
I don't know. I can't actually cast that one, so I haven't done in-depth research on it.
If we followed the convention of spell naming of our youths, it would be called Matria's Featherfall.
Now I'm really debating if I should rip that page and burn it.
It's still a useful spell.
Hmm. Well, you don't know any ways to defend or to fortify one's mind against the effects of it being destroyed or souls being stolen. Well, whatever insights you could give about defenses against Rendion would be much obliged, given it's currently outside of Cool getting the husk, the top priority, as it is very much a weapon of mass destruction that could potentially destroy cities on its own.
My biggest advice for you, you said that Matria has herself taken over this place.
Conquered it and
Conquered.
is its master from what we have been able to gather from somebody who we turned against Cool and now aligns with us.
So, if she has been able to not only survive it, but to conquer it, you should look to who she is. Her personality, her desires, the way that she acts, the way that she makes decisions, and think about why someone like her would be able to survive and conquer, and maybe fortify your own minds in the same way, interact with the castle in much the same way. The castle, it must want something. It is not just another structure.
Maybe it just wants companionship.
I doubt that's the way that Matria got through it.
Almost
It's likely
certainly
through
not.
resolute will and the desire for power.
So you should make sure that your wills are strong, and that you resign yourselves to the capturing of absolute power. She was a very single-minded person. Perhaps that is what you need to empty your minds of all other distractions and focus only on the acquisition of power. Perhaps it is a camouflage.
Interesting. Well, does anybody else have any questions? That wraps up all that I have.
Yeah, I mean, do you guys have any knowledge of anything, like, you don't know anything that's happened in, like, the last 1,000 years, you just know everything that happened up to when you gestures vaguely.
Sorry, could you repeat that, Sarah?
Audra was just confirming, she's like, you don't know anything that happened, and, like, you seem to not know anything that's happened in the last 1,000 years, and you just know things up until you gestures vaguely at them.
Yes. We have been living in this wonderful scenic abode for the last 1,000-ish years. I've had to count off the days, the amount of times I've seen the sun pass.
That sounds incredibly fascinating. Wow, to have that much time to study this guy is. Anyways,
Okay, with Dewey gone, I think that's a pretty appropriate time to take a break.
Okay.
But we'll see each other again at 5 to the hour.
Sounds good.
Right. So I believe when we left off, I think Audra wanted to ask something?
oh yeah, she was just asking, talking about how, wondering if they had known anything that had happened in the last 1,000 years, and they were like, no, we were just staring at the sky, and Audra was like, that sounds like such a fun time. And then she's not going to ask the question that she was going to ask, because I clearly don't know. And she just kind of goes quiet.
Fair enough. Now, do any of the rest of you have any questions, or are you ready to end our eternal suffering?
I have nothing, so...
Chance looks around for Providence, because I presume Providence is invisible.
No, they just... You saw them not go invisible and just walk away from Solas at the mention of more genocide.
Like, in the probing of, like, questions, Malkazid will look over Solas's shoulder towards Providence. You are one of my children. Do you have any questions?
That. What did you mean by that? What you just said?
Oh, well, you are a tiefling. Tieflings are born out of the communion of a human and a devil. Malkazid's spectral form, like, smiles, flashes big talons, of which I was quite successful.
I mean, the only questions I could theoretically come up with would have happened with the last 1,000 years. Otherwise, that would raise a lot of questions. So, no, I'm good.
That willing to accept yourself. I am impressed.
I mean, I could ask you whether you knew who my parents were, but, I mean, they're not 1,000 years old. I don't think.
Do you have a family name?
No.
That makes things more difficult.
Yeah.
If it is something you desire, then I wish you luck in your journey to find that part of yourself.
The way I see it, if they didn't want to know me then they don't get to know me now.
They abandoned you?
Probably. I don't know, I was left to his father, and I point at Chance.
Ah. A child of the Oracle must have been a noble parent.
Good joke.
Yeah, no.
I feel as if I am missing something here.
My lineage to the Kanda comes from my mother's side. She, as far as I know, died in childbirth with me. My father, actually, one of you might know, because I am pretty sure he is from pre-Calamity times. Let me just double check right quick, because I know he took the Kanda name mostly because it was, one of prestige and righteous. But his, yes, his true family name was Shijoku.
And And his first name?
Marasu.
That absolute cunt.
Yeah, my thoughts exact.
Yes, I knew of him. He almost stopped us capturing his mother. And Ichthos gestures towards Solas here.
Yeah, he had an unhealthy obsession.
Ah, I see it is one that has not abated in 1,000 years. Please tell me you have killed him.
Oh, yes, with my own hands.
Beautiful. He was once one of my soldiers. Ashamed as I am to admit that. We captured Mechis. Sorry, Melky. We dragged her back for research and whatnot. And, she almost got out of that gem.
Oh, she is out of it.
Well, I can't say that surprises me, otherwise why would you have one of her, children here?
That's where the weird thing becomes, because we met Solas before she got out of the gem.
Well, I suppose if there is a stable place for incubation, that is one that as much as you could find.
Yeah, because I think we broke her out by accident, not knowing what it was.
I've never heard of conception through astral projection.
I mean, theoretically, never mind.
Don't question it.
Look. It's what's happened has happened. I'm not going to question it.
Well, if he is dead and buried, and you already know the depths of his unpleasantness, there is no need for me to tread upon that ground.
Oh yeah, my father decided it'd be a great idea to start a cult after the world ended. So.
Yes, he was always a very minor grunt who desired more power than he was able to deal with. And
Yeah.
the fact that he married one of the Oracle's children is an insult to the maximum degree.
Well, I don't know if it was particularly consensual, let's say. According
Does
to
sound like him.
the book of my record, he didn't even really know her name. It took me quite a while to figure out the connection.
He took her surname without ever knowing her name?
I believe so. Well, if he did, it wasn't recorded in a journal that I took from him to try and learn more and everything.
Thank you for killing him.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I had wanted to do it since I escaped.
And you, child of mine, did you have a part in that too? Did you help to kill this being?
I mean, okay, so I tried when I was 12, failed. Tried when I was 14, failed. I tried when I was 17. That almost worked, but I died and then he brought me back. And then recently with him. And there's a lot, yeah.
I appreciate your tenacity.
Yeah, poison didn't work. The fireball almost worked, but that got me.
I see that we really do have the right 6. -1. You have the drive and the right amount of curiosity. But most importantly, you are the ones that are here now. So if you have no
Yes.
more questions... And the pair of them gesture at once to the husk.
Boop.
Oh, I do have one question.
Oh.
Completely random.
Yes.
If a poison expires, does it get more poisonous or less poisonous?
More.
Depends on the poison.
Sweet.
In the case
Okay.
of my poison, more. Be ready. It will come.
I believe we're good and ready.
Oh, for practice.
So who reaches out to the husk? The husk? For
I boop it.
all right, yes, you did say. For reference, it is a 3.5 foot like multi-shaped shard.
I mean, Chance would also reach out to help move it because it looks like it. I mean, it's big. We're gonna have to move it. So.
You reach out and boop, and as you do so, you feel this magical ripple cascade out from this point, and at which point you feel a disturbance around you.
Am I able to locate where is the disturbance coming from or going to?
If you would look to the north, you would see movement in the shadows.
It's a weird octopus thing coming.
All right, 1 o'clock, everybody.
And like many creatures before it, of its kind you know of, and you see it slinking through the tightest of gaps, and the Kraken, which should actually be slightly bigger, slinks towards you. At this point, Ichthos and Malkazid have disappeared. The Kraken screams with a surprisingly human female voice. You must die while you can. The circle must come to a close.
Hello, Anna.
Now you can probably guess what happens next.
Well, I guess I'm moving first. When I crit initiative, it's very hard for anything else to go faster.
Would you be okay taking over Arazid again?
Yep, I can definitely do that. Let me just open up the sheet.
Everyone rolled above a 10, but Solas didn't get the memo.
Still contemplating whether what we've done counts as genocide or not. Which it doesn't. If you look at the technical definition of genocide, we have not wiped out a race of people.
Look, when you start looking at technical definitions for justification, you've gone too far.
I'm just saying use the right word. We've mass murdered people. We haven't genocided anybody.
I don't think that Audra carries a dictionary with her. So in order to answer that question with the technical definition, you'd have to wait until you're back at the Soul Forge library.
I think she's read a dictionary. I didn't have to look at a dictionary. I just knew.
To be fair, Audra does seem like the sort of person who'd read a dictionary for fun.
Oh Christ, yeah.
She has a sage background. She would do it, yeah.
What's your bond that you have to answer a question? I don't think we've ever talked about what that question is.
The question was, what's up with the second son?
Right.
How do we fix it? So that's like tying into the main quest.
that got solved session 1.
Well, I didn't know that when I was creating this character.
Shit's fucked you. So Chance. What'd you do?
Well, bonus action to begin the blade song, as Chance draws his sword. Kind of in a
Melancholy?
yes, melancholic way, knowing kind of what this creature is, or whose soul has fused with it. I want to cast that. What do I want to concentrate on is the question. Because I don't... Can I get there? Oh, I can. Yeah, so then activate winged boots. And we gonna run up right up next to this thing.
Almost stacking
like
on
go.
it, really.
Oh, winged boots,
Oh,
so
right.
flying like up into it.
Yeah.
It's business. Let's start slashing. So regular, and let's do booming blade. Does a 17 or 24 hit?
The 24 does.
So 16 slashing, 9 thunder. And if it moves, it suffers more thunder damage.
Which makes 25 total.
Yes. So that's movement, action, bonus action. That's my turn. So it goes to Arazid.
At least you can keep that flow going. And Arazid.
Let's see. Let me close some of this stuff.
Yes. I keep trying. I even showed him how to, do it. But maybe computer.
How far away is 90? Whoops, that's the wrong thing. I want a line, because I need to see where 90 feet is. Okay, Arazid's within 90, so put Hunter's Mark on. And then just to make cones a bit less, or cones and area of effects a bit worse, let's have Arazid move. Wait, shoot, what's the range of short bows? I'm not used to this. I think short bows are only 80, right?
Yeah, 8320.
Yeah, so Arazid moves a bit closer then. And then we'll start shooting.
Give me a
Oops,
little
that's
boop
wrong.
boop.
Yes.
Both hits.
Whoops, so 2 Hunter's Mark damage and then a sneak attack.
That sneak attack really helped.
Yes, the whole 1 damage. I mean, that 1 damage could be the make or break.
You think this guy has got less than 100 health?
No, I'm expecting closer to 750 at this point. That's my turn. That's Arazid's turn, I guess.
Audra.
Okay, big braining it for a second before I cast the spell. Would I know, since I know more about fish and aquatic creatures than anyone else here, would I know if this creature would potentially be immune or resistant to lightning damage?
I'll give you a free nature check. A free action nature check.
Okay.
You're not certain when it comes to something this big, but smaller creatures, smaller fish, are generally immune.
Alright, so I'm not going to cast that. I will bonus action go into my starry form of the archer. And as part of going into that form, I can shoot off a little archer arrow, which I'm going to do.
Nice, that's a hit.
And then as my action, I will guiding bolt.
Okay, also a hit.
And just gonna move. I'm using the new tools, they're weird. Just want a line, please. And moving kind of like right there. And that's my turn.
Okay, at the end of your turn, Chance is going to learn that it's not wise to get close to a Kraken.
Oh, 26. Do I want a shield? That's my AC. I got a lot of first level spells at this point. Let's burn for shield so that doesn't hit.
A tentacle wraps around you and attempts to squeeze, but the shield around you holds still, and it's confused about this tingling, non-fleshy feeling. It seems to let go, and its suckers seem to widen and tighten, looking for information. Providence.
Oh god, I have... Right, this is a very particular order to do this. I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points to quicken Crown of Shards. So that's up.
Uh-huh.
As a bonus action. Just mark that off before I forget. Because of that, I'm going to use the Shadowfell... the Shadowfell Shard. Shard. I get my English out. And give Kraken disadvantage on intelligence checks and saving throws. I am then going to use... Oh no, I can't do that. My plan was so good and then it failed. Oh well. Oh. Ah, fuck. I've been stopped by my genius. I'll just firebolt. I can't think of anything else.
Okay.
Please enjoy advantage.
Oh yeah.
That's a solid hit. For a solid amount of damage.
Yep.
Which case, advantage disappears. Is that your turn?
I'll just... But... Yeah.
Yeah. I can reveal more of the map around if you guys want more locomotion. As for now, it is Mr. Tentacle's time. You feel, Chance, a form coming more to the front from within this creature.
Is this something that would trigger Wolfsbane?
Remind me of the triggers of Wolfsbane.
Is this creature trying to change shape?
No.
Okay.
That wasn't meant to be like that. Okay, I'll just roll it without a token then. Ah!
Yeah, you're going to need to add it manually.
Yeah, frickin' roll 20, man. But for now, the Kraken part of the Kraken will once again lash out with a tentacle towards Chance.
Miss.
But you're still shielding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's got 3 of those.
Nope.
Yeah.
Although this is some very low rolls.
And it is going to start to slink away from you.
Oh, it has voluntarily moved.
It has.
Therefore, the second part of Booming Blade triggers. So Booming Blade is... Boop. So we are 13th, so it's going to be 3d8 thunder damage.
Go ahead and roll for that.
So it's 14 damage it takes for moving.
Nice.
And then as it moves out of mine, well, does it move out? So oh no, I've already used my reaction. Never mind.
Yeah. And that would be Solas's turn.
Oh boy, here we go again. Okay, so action. I'm gonna throw a little thing called haste on myself.
Oh boy.
We're going full tilt. That's the little two things. Where's the other one? There it is. And then I'm going to run into its face, and then bonus action, going to throw out a little bit of a curse on it. And I have a very important question.
Mm-hmm.
With the attacks that have been done to this thing so far, has it bled?
It has been cut. So,
Okay.
yeah, it would be bleeding.
Okay. In that case, Solas will draw the Sword of Cool. And uses haste action to make an attack.
There are going to be some words later.
Yeah, there's going to be very many words.
So yeah, you guys ever wondered how I can suddenly move 50 feet a turn?
Haste?
No, like, just in any fight ever since, like, the guy in the,
You've been attuned to the sword this whole time.
Yeah, no, since, like, we left your ass.
Since before that.
Yeah. The first time I had it was when we fought the Bone Dragon. Which is why I couldn't draw it. But yeah, anyway. Have a bit of that's not meant to be an advantage.
14.
So I'll
does
be
not
14.
hit.
Ah, shame. But also, yeah, this is my hex weapon now, so...
Chance, you see your friend drawing the sword that everyone Pinky promised to never ever use.
So happy with yourself, aren't you, Demon?
I have justifications, don't worry.
Oh,
I love how you wait until Dewey leaves to do this.
I actually messaged Dewey, like, in the session, because he wasn't here. The session Demon tried to do this. I was
Yeah.
like, and he was like, I'm so mad right now.
Yeah. Chances processing things. Processing. Processed. And there's just a very faint frown of disappointment. What do I want to cast? Oh, I don't have that prepared. Whoops. Well. Let's cast haste on myself as a bonus action. Move up behind it again. So I also have haste. And then we're going to start hammering into it with attack. Where's Booming Blade? And a tasted attack.
You got 2 hits there.
Yeah. So that's 23, 29 damage in total. As then we're going to, that's Chance's turn because I've moved. I've used both my action and bonus action. I need to take off haste so I get my AC. There we go. So then it goes to Arazid. Who I presume is very angry.
Oh yeah. Like, he's partly made peace with it, since he's got this, like, cool, longsword that Inqua, like, custom made for him. And he has already had a lot of this argument with Solas, but he's still angry to see, like, the nerve. The absolute nerve that Solas has right now.
These 2 shots that Arazid shoot just, like, breeze by Solas's, like, neck on either side.
I'd like to imagine they were, like, unintentionally aimed at him, but haste means he dodges them.
So then that's Arazid's turn, because I don't think Arazid has anything to do with his bonus.
Except for, like, the cat healing spell and Hunter's Mark, I'm not sure now. Audra.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna Archer Arrow, and then another Guiding Bolt.
So I've hit this thing with thunder damage. Is it actually taking thunder damage, or am I just using the wrong cantrips?
It is taking the damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna just scooch. Hopefully not leaving us right there, but just gonna scooch around here and kind of hide behind this pillar a little bit. And that's me.
Right, at the end of your turn, it's going to reach out with a tentacle towards Solas.
Nope.
Nope. And then it is the turn of the entity within the Kraken, who currently can only really cast, like, spells.
Well, it's gonna get a rude awakening because there's a lot of counter spells to go around.
Oh,
And I have
for
magic
sure.
resistance.
It's going to cast Hold Person on Chance.
Hold person. Do I want to counterspell that? That's kind of annoying, but I also have pretty okay wisdom save. What's the DC on it?
16.
I mean, I only need to roll an 8 or higher.
Those are pretty good odds.
Yeah, so 60% of the time you'll make it.
I'm not going to counterspell it.
60% of the time, it works every time.
But does that mean our friend... Oh no, outside of counterspell range.
Yeah, I can't distance. I could distance spell that, but no.
Oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs!
Unfortunately, I have the other one today, so I can do nothing to help you.
We are uh-ohing our SpaghettiOs.
The risk you took was calculated, but man, our
Did it not pay off? Yeah, so I just, you know, kind of vibing in the air, not doing anything now.
Yep.
Let's use this one for paralyzed.
How high up are you in?
How tall is this thing?
Like about 30-40 feet.
Okay, I'd be like 20 then to like get on level with like its head.
Is there a point I can see that I won't hit anyone with a 20-foot radius sphere?
I mean, if chance is at least 25 up, yeah, easily. You just have to make this. You just want to make the sphere halfway in the ground.
Pretty much.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, well, I've read the Shadowfell Shard properly. I thought I buggered up my plan. I haven't. I'll do the bonus action first, which is Crown of Shard. Pop one of those off. Oh boy.
That is a double miss, I'm afraid.
Ah, that's fine. I will then cast that. I have checked. Its intelligence save is still at disadvantage because the disadvantage ends on the end of this turn for me.
Okay.
So, I don't know, it's either one or both creatures. I don't know whether... Yeah, there you go. Intelligence saves at advantage. So that is a fail. Just takes 29 psychic, and for the next minute it needs to subtract a d6 from attack rolls and ability checks, and any con saves need to maintain intelligence, maintain concentration. So, I believe whole person's a concentration that needs to be made at disadvantage.
Yeah, but the
minus a
Kraken's
d6.
not the one
Well, it
concentrating
depends on
on it.
whether
It's
or
the
not I
second
can
soul
hit.
inside of it.
I don't know.
So, technically the only thing that is Anna right now is, like, the spell slots. They have 1 AC, they have 1 HP pool, and I've been rolling the 1 set of stats for them.
That's fair.
So, we would be rolling, like... We would be taking the concentration as if it is the Kraken's.
Yeah, that's more than fair. It's a DC 14 at disadvantage minus a d6.
Minus a d6?
Yep.
Do you want to roll that?
You can go ahead and roll that. That's fine.
So I think that's a fail.
That is a fail.
So concentration on whole person ends.
Mm-hmm. I will... No, it's too late to do that. That's fine.
Okay.
It's 20, 25, 30. I'm just gonna go right into the back of this wall. That's my turn.
Well, this has made the Kraken angry. Using one of its legendary actions, or more correctly, 2 of its legendary actions, it's going to cast this on the 3 people closest.
Oh, shit.
DC 23 dex save.
It's not a
Oof.
spell, is it? Natural.
No, this is just
No.
a thing.
It's
Okay.
just
So
an
it's
action,
not-
unfortunately.
So it isn't any form of magical effect either.
Natural 20!
Ouch, I don't save.
Solas? It is not like a magical thing, technically.
Just had to confirm, so... Oh.
The duality.
Oh.
I'll take half because I have lightning resistance.
So minus 30, and then...
So then
concentration, we're
Yep.
fine.
15. So half of 15 is 7, which means 10. So yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Which brings it round to its turn. It's gonna do...
Oh, whoops! I forgot. I have +5 to that. So yeah, I'm way good.
Okay,
Thank you, Blade Song.
+5 to 15 is still less.
Still a failure. You have to make a 23.
Or do you mean the con save?
The con save.
Right, okay. So,
I add my intelligence modifier to any con saves to maintain concentration
okay.
during the Blade Song.
It's also really angry that you evaded its whole person, so 2 of the tentacle attacks are going to go against you, and the last will be against Solas.
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna minus a d6 to the first one. I'm just gonna use my
Of course.
cosmic comment.
Miss.
all of them have a minus d6 to them as well.
It's not really going to matter for me, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Hey, it's still DiMaggio. No, it's not. One of them.
That's 23 damage, ouch. And another con save. We're fine.
But you are grappled currently.
And restrained.
Yarp. But, Chance, you're fine. Solas,
Mm-hmm.
do you want to slash or escape?
Let me just look at restrained quickly by myself.
Oh, it gets to make an intelligence save at the end of its turn to break from feeble mind, not feeble mind, but synaptic static, with a
Oh,
d6 minus from it as well.
That's already lost, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's still got that synapses.
Yeah, I'll try and keep reminding, because
Thank
you
you.
got a lot to manage.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's alright.
Does it take the damage each time?
No, the damage is once, that persistent d6 is continuous.
I see. So the save is to free it from that d6, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
The damage is just a nice little bonus.
Fair enough. But yep, sorry. Solas.
Okay,
You
so
were panicking.
not really, but after getting grappled, I think he would immediately try and escape. So that would be athletics, I believe.
Yeah. I think, well, the grappler can choose athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. Well, I guess before then, I'm going to use my bonus action and use Channel Divinity for Peerless Athlete to gain an advantage on this. So would it be athletics or acrobatics?
Pick.
Okay. I'm good.
Nice.
And then... so I'm just gonna do this. And then I'm gonna move to about... would he still be within
You
range
can't
of Kraken?
move.
No.
You started the turn
Oh.
restrained, so your speed becomes 0.
Right, gotcha. Okay, that's fine. In that case, I'm just going to use haste action to attack.
Okie dokie.
That's not meant to be advantage again, but a 22.
The 22 hits.
Nice.
Please click a different one, otherwise that'll be
Yeah, of course. Okay, so that's
oh,
15.
17.
Okay. That's not counting my bonuses for some reason. Nope. So add an extra 2 and an extra 5 on that. For dueling and my improved advancement.
Okay. Overall, a solid hit.
Yep.
Anything else?
No. I'm stuck here, so.
At the end of your turn, in like a very much like get over here kind of way, it's going to attempt to snap you up once more.
With a minus.
Yep.
Is the minus for everything?
It's synaptic static is strong.
Mhm.
Direct time rolls d6
attack
and
rolls
checks.
as well.
Attack rolls and
blimey.
ability checks, as well as concentration saves to maintain concentration.
Okay,
Does a
20,
Does a
23.
23.
Reaction. Excuse me. Reaction to use shield.
Okay. You
So
once
that will not
again
hit.
avoid the 10 tuckles. Chance.
Well, let's just... So, just trying to see what haste does when it ends. So it's my next turn that I can't move or take actions.
Yeah, it's generally not a good idea to drop it.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about swapping over to a different spell. So I'm trying to think if I should drop haste. No, I just cast it. I should keep it up, I guess, for now. Well, let's do 1, 2, and booming blade. So I take a 26 and 25 hit.
You have 3 hits.
Oh. I'm also going to throw in 1 charge of the Blood Fury Tattoo, for an additional 16 to heal back what I've taken. So that's 16 and 16 is 32.
Don't worry, I have brought up the calculator.
Fair. Bonus action. What can I do for bonus action? If I push Solas, wait, no, Solas broke out of the grasp. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna try and use my bonus action to help there, but that doesn't matter. So that's Chance's turn, and it goes to Arazid,
Yeah.
who. Let me just make sure I can't get any further away. Oh, I can get further away. It's time for Arazid to move. Still within 80?
Mm-hmm.
Sick. And then Arazid's going to shoot.
Damn, Arazid.
And then that's Arazid.
With Arazid's attack, this thing is looking quite bloodied. Audra.
Alright, I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing, because it's been working alright.
Right. 2 solid hits.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tuck back a little bit behind this boulder. I'm still pretty close. But anyways, yeah, that's my turn.
Nice. And whoever hits next, there's a guiding bolt, so advantage. But for now, Anna is going to cast...
Oh
Everyone
boy.
within a 60-foot radius of the tentacle, which is just the 3 people in melee range, please make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm going
Natural
to...
20.
Naturally.
No. I want to attempt to counterspell it. I'm not going to use the 6th level, but I'm going to use the 3rd. To then roll intelligence to try and counterspell it. So yeah, I didn't do that.
No?
So now I need to roll a con save because, SpaghettiOs, I suck at those. But I somehow did it.
So all 3 of you take half damage, which will be 16.
I'm actually resistant to necrotic because of my new
So you
stabby
take
stab.
8
So I
damage.
take half of half.
So 16 means I'm looking for a 10 on my con save. I pass. Thanks to Blade Song.
And after that panic, there's going to be one more tentacle heading against Chance.
Hey. That D6. Please.
Okay, moving on. Wait,
Well,
no,
even if it rolled a
Providence.
1, it still would have missed.
Yeah.
Hooray. Bonus action will use the advantage for the Crown of Stars. That hit?
It does.
Yay. Oh boy! 11. Worth it. You're high enough up, right? I mean, I could target a 20-foot radius before and not hit anyone, so another 20-foot radius will be fine.
Center it on the further away eye, and you'll be fine.
Wonderful. What level? Fuck, go big, go home. 6th level fireball. It needs to make a dex save minus that d6.
I think that actually might hit Solas, but I don't think he's gonna complain about that.
I mean, I have advantage on dexterity saves, and I'm resistant to fire.
Well,
I'm also going to use my Cosmic Omen to help out with this, so minus also a 6.
oh my god.
So dexterity save, is there a disadvantage or just regular?
No, you're -6 minus another 1d6.
So that is... You've already failed with the 6. But I'm going to roll the d6 for funnies anyway.
Let's see how badly it fails. So minus.
So it got a 40.
It goes with annoyance as it takes 51.
Yes,
Fire
51 points of
damage.
damage. That is a lot of 6s in that base roll.
Yep.
And then I am going to move to there, because in theory I am now in I am in counterspell range. Very nice.
It's going to use the last of its legendary actions this turn to do the same lightning storm as before.
Right.
Oh, I am within 100.
It is like mainly focusing on the 3 around it. Chance. So
Can the Kraken see me around this pillar?
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
So I've now remembered that haste gives me advantage on dex saves, I believe. So
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah, I'm fine. You're not. So that's 11. Ouch.
Oh well, I have lightning resistance. This isn't bad.
So it'll be like 6 for Audra.
Oh shit.
Oh, well done.
Right. So I was mucking around with the icons, and
So you can just like Control
What did
Z.
you do?
I accidentally deleted Providence.
You can just
No,
undo it.
no. Providence went invisible.
Still see Providence.
Because I just put the token back on.
Oh, I see.
I'm not in the turn order.
Do you remember that time, Bailey, when I accidentally deleted your whole character? I mean, ex-character, to be fair.
Hmm.
But
Good times.
still, though.
I smirked.
Alright. Did the lightning thing. People took some damage, and now it's gonna tentacle twice to Chance because you're being more of a thorn.
D6s.
Both
Oh
miss.
my god, Solas!
It just hates me. Like, to be fair, I think everyone does currently.
Solas
Don't, you're
draws the
right.
sword of cool. Everyone disliked that.
Everyone's just like, what the fuck, man?
We agreed not to use that
Right.
stupid sword.
Be cool.
So that's 38. You know what? Just for laughs, reaction attack with tattoo. It's gonna be a disadvantage, but I don't care. 17.
No, sorry.
Nah, fuck.
Wouldn't it be flat since I guiding bolted?
I used that.
You used it
Yeah.
since then? Okay.
Oh well.
It's your turn.
Yeah. So, second verse here is the first action breakout, or not. Okay.
So that's your action.
Well, haste action. Gonna use that first. Okay. And
Doesn't hit. Alright, Jesus has decided you weren't the one to kill this thing.
turns out, yeah. And then bonus action. Can I do anything from bonus action? Fuck, I don't think I can.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah, sure is. Well, fuck me, that's it, I guess.
But at the end of your turn, it's going to do something it's really been wanting to do for a long time, since you're still grappled.
Yeet!
Just so you guys know, I might go down.
It's going to throw you straight at this
Oh,
pillar.
fuck.
So
Oh
that's
no!
10d 66 damage. Gotcha. So, like, there? Okay,
Is Solas still up?
okay, so I'm just outright taking damage, I'm unconscious.
Fuck.
I've got him. Oh my god, I wanted to put my initiative back on the tracker. I rolled the exact bloody same. Perfect. Don't worry, I got you, Chief.
I would double check that, but the chat log is too long.
Oh, I've gone into the chat log and I've found it. I rolled
appreciate that.
15.14. Yeah, no worries.
That is also incredibly impressive because you rolled it at exactly the right place.
Yep. Did it have a turn?
Yes.
In that case, it can make that intelligence saving.
Oh yeah. Thank
Minus the d6 from the thing that's causing it to
no,
make an intelligence
I'm not
save.
gonna bother making that d6 then. Because your DC is what, like 18?
19.
19.
Yeah, it needs to roll high.
Also,
So let's go bye-bye.
yeah, also Hexblade's Curse is now off because I'm unconscious.
I don't remember what that did.
It made me more likely to attack and more damage, larger crit range, just generally better stuff in general.
But someone please take the sword off him before he wakes up.
Now that's the plan. That is indeed the plan.
Okay, well,
We're also going to blow 2 Blood Fury tattoos into this thing.
this thing
'cause
is
I'm-
right now badly wounded, is the phrase that old Baldur's Gate would call it. And if I'm looking over that maths correct, that might be enough.
Plus 36. This brings me back to full, so.
Not quite.
Yeah, well, Chance, like, stabs his sword in, twists it. Thundering damage comes out as he just yanks it out as, psychic damage assaults it as he is just very angry and wants this thing dead. So then I do have my bonus action still, which I can't really do anything with,
Is that not Booming
so...
Blade? Oh no, that's just a thing.
Yeah,
The inner machinations of your wizard are a mystery to me.
Yeah. Yeah, so go to Arazid's turn.
Bloop. Do it, Arazid!
Pew pew!
You did it! You literally did it, Arazid! It
Arazid
had 13
shoots...
health left.
Arazid shoots twice and just an arrow sinks into each of its eyes.
And with that, calmness falls upon the area once more.
Okay, this is less than 140 feet. So Chance is here now in like 6 seconds. Grabs the sword and fucking yeets it.
Another spectral figure emerges from the mangled corpse. And also, 2 more figures reappear next to the husk, and they're clapping. Okay, so is Providence rushing towards Solas at the same time that Chance is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So who would get there quicker? Who'd be able to do things quicker?
If we're
I think we
distilling-
both arrive at the same time because we both are moving within 6 seconds, right?
Right.
Because I have 140 feet of movement, so I can get
yeah,
here.
that's fair. So you'd yeet the sword like as Solas is being revived, and then he like his hand like wraps around his, or what would be his sword handle reflexively, and it wraps around nothing.
Yeah, so just a question. How far would it have been thrown?
Well, Chance would throw it towards Audra. So how far can things be thrown? I mean, there's also the fact that there's that, and then I also have telekinetic. So Chance would hold it, like throw it away, and then basically hold it 60 feet away in the air.
Okay, in that case, when Solus wakes up, he is sat there, back against the pillar, sat on the ground, and he looks scared.
Solas?
Where is it?
Eyes on me.
You would
Eyes
also-
on me. Focus.
You would also notice that his eyes are pitch black.
Okay.
Where's everything? I can't see.
Audra will put her hand in Solas's hand. I'm right here.
Just
We're gonna fix it. I'm gonna cast heal on Solas using my 7th level spell slot.
as you're doing this, he just says, "You don't have to give it to me. Just bring it closer."
So you gain 80 hit points. It ends blindness, deafness, any diseases.
One thing. Just need to double check. Well, due to the fact that the thing that's causing this is a continuous effect, I doubt the blindness will be cured.
That
But the
would
office
work.
Would it? Even temporarily, maybe?
It would, for like 6 seconds, you would gain sight once more, and then it would reinstate.
Yeah, so you'd see his eyes go back to normal and then return to black.
Still get 80 hit points. Don't forget about those.
Yep, 70. So that's...
I'm upcasting us. You get 80.
Okay.
Alrighty,
So
let's
it's
just get this out of the way, and a 16 doesn't hit Solas.
No.
Well, wait, you're blinded, so I get advantage, do I not?
Yeah, you would.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro!
What are you doing?
Chance attempts to punch Solas square in the jaw.
He
And
kind of senses it coming and just instinctively dodges to the side.
What are you doing?
and with that, Chance turns around and walks away.
I think in part Chance missed so badly because really he doesn't want to punch his friend.
So the sword is floating like this square 40 feet into the air. Actually, no, 60 feet into the air, because that way there, Chance knows he's the only person that can reach it. Actually, make it 50 so he can actually reach there. No, 40. 40 makes sense with the range and everything.
40. Final decision.
Final decision, the sword is 40 feet in the air. Because Chance knows he can reach it. If needed. And it is just going to stay there because of the telekinetic feat. So basically, an invisible mage hand is just holding it.
Arazid, who killed the Kraken, is going to approach the applauding forms of the 2 spectral warlords and is just going to, clap with them. And is going to end up teaching them both how to play patty cake. Which is difficult, considering they don't have, corporeal forms, but they seem to get the message.
Chance will look up to the other corporeal form coming out of the Kraken.
It's kind of like standing on top of the decaying husk. It walks down on like spectral feet.
Hi.
Apologies, Inqua couldn't be with us.
That coward!
Would you like me to take a message?
The message is fucking reunite me already, you coward. I am the husk of vengeance. I took in all the hate from this husk. I am cursed with sentience and a cosmic desire to slay. You should be lucky I have lost my vessel. And his eyes flick momentarily to the sword.
Yeah, the sword comes, like, towards Chance, and he's gonna move to meet it, up into the air.
Chance, I don't know if it's such a good idea to touch that.
No. He's still gonna use Mage Hand to kind of have it, but it's gonna float right beside him.
Audra still says it.
And you, tiefling.
Yeah, hi.
I haven't seen you before. I've maybe tasted your blood.
That's... I don't know how to take that.
Do you believe,
Dunno how.
as these things do, that all this beings must deserve death?
No. At the end of the day, there's two consistencies in life. You need to take up space and you need to die. Everything else is entirely optional. Your
But
decision
death
to
is
make.
a cycle, it's a part of life.
Potato, potato.
And what about those who have died, but still take up space? What would you do with us?
Whatever you want. I'm personally an advocate. Pure freedom.
You seem like a logical sort. And
I seem like a what, sorry?
a logical sort. The form of Anna reaches a hand out to shake yours.
Sure. Why not?
As the two of you connect, you feel a solidity there that people didn't feel with the two warlords. And this form of Anna disappears.
Does she disappear into Providence?
Not that you can tell. Providence doesn't feel like different.
That was
What
interesting.
clatters in place over here is a single gold ring.
I'll gently take it and look at it, but then my eyes are just going to look at Chance. Just hand him the fucking sword back. He can handle this later. Right now he's sitting over there. He can't see. So get down from there and pass him the fucking sword. Or otherwise I will pass it to him.
Well, he said he doesn't need to touch it, so maybe just put it, like, over his head and see if that...
Yeah, Chance will walk over, still 40 feet above, and start slowly hovering it, like, over the sword, over Solas's head, and just keep lowering it until he can see again.
So, do you mind if I do this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. As okay, kind of slowly descends, as he gets about 10 feet down, he goes from this like barely functional state of like muttering and incomprehensible madness to just returning to what he normally is. As he's like, Oh, okay, there it is. Okay.
Solas, this is bad.
I did this so no one else could. Alright? It's a dumb idea, I know, but possibilities can always happen.
I mean, we don't. Just because you don't want somebody else to do something doesn't mean you should. Maybe nobody should do the thing. You know, and Audra like the whole time is like squeezing your hand so tight.
But that's the thing, isn't it? It's a powerful weapon. Someone's going to want to get it eventually.
Which is why we should have sealed it away.
How? How are we
By
going
casting it into the volcano.
to do it? Right. And how long until we were going to do that exactly? Can't really ensure that, what can't we?
I can teleport us right there, right this fucking second, and we can go do it.
Then why don't we?
Let's.
Look, and as the sword gets to about like 10 feet above him, his eyes
it's
return to normal.
Staying there. Like, it
Oh,
is
okay.
staying floating 10 feet. Like, as soon as you return to normal, Chance doesn't move it a centimeter more.
Yeah, so as it gets about 10 feet above him, his eyes return to normal. He's like, look, there are deeper-seated reasons to this, I can tell you, but now's not the place or time. Let's go. As he stands up, he takes the cloak away from the scabbard of the weapon and just puts it into a bag and takes the sword scabbard off his belt. And just throws it up to the sword. And I assume the sword, being sentient, would sheath itself, maybe? Or would Chance allow it to?
I mean, yeah, 10 out of 10. Like, if their Chance would just move, like, where it has to be grasped or whatever to make sure this thing is sheathed, because we went over what happens whenever it's not sheathed.
Yeah, I was gonna say Audra's like full mother hen hovering over you the entire time. Seems to be like looking at your eyes, monitoring your pulse, like it's gone full nurse mode. Okay, are you sure you'd be okay to like travel and teleport? Your breathing's okay? You're not feeling palpitations?
I'm fine.
Yeah, because you seem fine.
Exactly. When the sword is not
That was
drawn,
sarcasm! I was being sarcastic!
and I take it as genuine, because when the sword is not drawn, I'm fine. When the sword is within my grasp, I'm fine. I've had this attuned since we were in Jurass. I mean, I've been fine since then, haven't I?
Vibe check.
Go for it. Though I may ask Solas, what would that DC be?
Oh yeah, that clears it. Actually, do you mind if I do a deception check?
Sure. Whisper it as well if you want.
I'm going to Cosmic Omen minus a d6 from that deception.
That's fine. You know what? I'm going to let you see this. So it's 23. Yeah, you clear it. 22, I mean. He believes he's fine. But he's like... He does believe he's fine in the conventional sense, like he's perfectly sane and everything, but behind that lie, he's made himself believe there is a lot of problems in there that have not been sorted out in the slightest.
Are these related to the sword, or are these
Oh, no,
other problems?
These are problems that have existed as of recently, as of the day he was born. Just a lot of things that are wrong that have kind of culminated into this.
Solas, you don't have to lie to me. Or to yourself. It's okay not to be okay. Especially when you're attuned to probably a cursed sword. It's probably deeply, deeply cursed.
Well, it doesn't have a cursed conventional sense, but regardless, I mean, as a person who's been attuned to a cursed item before, it's not cursed in a conventional sense. Anyway, I just, as I said, place and time, not now, for God's sakes.
We should make the time.
Of course, so definitely. Just not here.
Yes, I guess we're going? Chance?
Chance would nod. Do you have the ability to move via plants still, or?
No, I kind of...
Because I have no idea where the island is, but I can get us there.
Okay, well, I have stuff from the island. I have some herbs that I grabbed for potion making
There's
that you
that,
can use.
and as well, I figured as Chance is going to pull out the Eye of the Earth. This was created here, or created there. It's probably a valid target for teleportation.
Okay, yeah, I can't move us through plants today because I kind of panicked when Solas and then I kind of used my highest spell ability to try to fix the situation. So I just
Well, I guess
we have what we need, right? We have the test.
We do.
You still have to collect it. But you
Oh.
want it.
Sure, yeah, I'll go grab it. Or can someone else just grab that? Providence, can you grab the husk, please?
Do you want to grab it together?
Sure.
Chance will come down. I'm still within 60 feet, I believe, so I can still just have the sword hovering. Yeah.
I'll pick it up with Arazid. Give it to Arazid.
I believe I can transport it and all of us.
Yeah, we could put it in my pack. I'm not really carrying all that many things right now.
Yeah, we'll put it in you. Then I'll put it in Arazid's.
I might, yeah. It's cool.
It is.
As you remove the husk from the socket, Malkazid and Ichthos disappear.
Oh, I guess she would whisper it in a way, but in Infernal she would, like, say goodbye. Like, it wouldn't be like grandfather, but it'd be kind of like
Honored ancestor type vibe.
something like that. Like she's basically met the creator of her entire like species, so it's a respect.
All right, everybody, gather
We'll
round.
add the husk to Arazid's sheet. Are you guys not going back to the bunker?
I guess this takes precedence.
Alrighty.
Sorry, Ren.
That's cool. I just thought that was what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, we can still come back because I took a rock. I'm 99.99% sure that I have a rock from Kamatawa in my inventory. If not, I will add one.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of rocks around this part of the ground right now, so if you haven't, you can right now.
What does the ring look like that I was given by Anna?
Sorry?
The ring that I was given by Anna, what does that look like? What do I put that down as?
It is a gold ring with a, like a black onyx, gem inset into it. Anna's ring would suffice for now.
We're gonna have to identify that.
I'll let Inqua identify that. because I feel like
Oh, hey, Inqua, we found this like cool ring. Can you identify it?
Sure. Who did you find it from?
Oh, we just found it. You just go ahead, and then he just identifies it as like Anna's wedding ring or something like that, and it's like,
I'll happily have some
emotional
conversation
damage.
with Inqua. That's fine. I haven't had many chances to talk to her, so
Alrighty,
that'd be nice.
Chance is gonna float the sword towards him. And move to grab it. Because I'm pretty sure we have to be holding things for it to work when teleporting.
No, it could just be in your pack. Oh, don't touch it with your bare hand.
Would Solas try to stop him?
Sorry, I was...
Oh. So, Chance is like floating down the sword towards him to grab it.
No. He has no connection to the sword. Well, he doesn't need it to be on his person, he just wants it to be close.
Alright, then Chance now has Cool's blade. He holds it. He holds the scabbard as he waves a hand. So he'll grab it, kind of attach it to his belt. The opposite side of the sun sphere, because he's not letting that cursed thing touch his precious sword. Pull out the Eye of the Earth, so he can channel magic and everything, and have a focal point, and cast Teleport.
And we are going towards the island?
Yes. Because I have an associated object, we can get there with no issue. I think specifically, just because of what it is and everything, we would end up in like the top floor of the research institute.
Oh, blimey. Okay. Give me a sec then.
Because like that's where it's from, so that feels the most apt to be like where we have to teleport to make sense of things. All right. So we have two things to do here. First is to check with Ophabaris and see where the hell we are, and then go cast the sword into a volcano. Also, do we want to put anything here? Like, I'm not sure. We should probably take a bit of time to rest, figure out if the husk does anything, and figure out, should we keep it with us? Should we keep it here?
Is there like a slot for it anywhere, now that we know what it's shaped like?
There isn't.
Well, Chance is gonna like pat Arazid on the shoulder because he knows he has the eyelet thing that lets identifying be cast. I think we should have a bit of a rest, maybe. Get ready, go find Ophabaris, figure out if the husk does anything. And then we can go cast the sword into the volcano, and go from there.
Okay. I think I'm gonna end the session early there because there's a lot of Arazid stuff. And I don't really want Dewey to miss out on, like, all of this. Because it could be quite big shit. And stuff that, like, I want his character input specifically on, like, everything that's just happened with Solas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Solas needs therapy.
He's always needed therapy.
Well, yeah, but now Audra knows, so I have to make it happen.
And I might need a bit of time to have some thinks myself, so, yeah. I think I'm gonna call it there, but, I'm gonna still be around for a bit socially.
As we secured the husk,
You
I
have
was honestly
technically now
expecting Azar Cool to
completed.
come like crashing down.
You've technically now completed the main objectives of the campaign. Besides
Yeah, but
the
now we have to
last-
go and like do all the side quests before we can do the final
Yeah.
boss.
I mean, technically speaking, too, we don't have Inqua here, so we can't use the machine, and we don't have the blood of the original sin of air to be able to undo the orb. We need to go get Emoja's blood. So while we have all the MacGuffins, we don't have everything we need.
Which reminds me, I'm going to ask the question I ask at the end of every session. Level up?
You know, I think that the getting the husk is quite the milestone. So,
I love
yes,
milestone D&D.
You are now level 14!
How the fuck do I explain this?
So.
Oh, you and I need to have words.
Yeah, I feel like we might be able to do some downtime stuff. Like, I'd be down to do some downtime stuff, especially with Solas.
But to answer...
Yeah, I was gonna say I would have loved to do some downtime therapy with Solas.
So there is, as a result of that may be happening, there is something that might happen.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to hold off on my level for now.
Okay. To answer one of your questions, the island is currently hovering above on a limbo.
Oh.
Was it
Oh
supposed
shit!
to
Well, that
be
solves
here?
like all of our issues outside of needing Inqua. I mean, we can just kind of like pop
guys
down.
sent
Hey,
it.
Emoja. By the way, your parent loves you very much, even beyond death. Can I have a bit of your blood?
Or do you just want to come with? They might want to, like, observe it. But yeah, like, you guys sent it to on a limbo quite a while ago.
Yeah. Does this mean that they also picked up the refugees from Own?
They're not on the island that you've seen yet, but they were sent to on a limbo, and they would be here by now.
Hmm. Okay, that's good. At least that, that has been a thing. I also need to think about if I want to unattune. Like, I need to look at my attunements because I kind of want to attune to the Eye of the Earth, but I can't. I don't really want to unattune to anything that I have.
What, you don't have enough AC?
Well, more thematics, because I mean, I would unattune to the Ring of Protection and attune to the Eye of the Earth, but I need to save that attunement slot for when fun things happen, namely when Sword gets better.
Right, because the Earth is, like, your resonant element.
Yes. That one we ain't chances holding on to from now on. Smile.
I can't wait to hear all of the arguments about
Yes.
like, the sword and Solas. What the hell?
I'm
But
fine
also-
with it.
Do we want to do it like start like? Do we want to have group therapy session and like out of game roleplay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be down.
That way, there,
it would be a lot
Arazid
more
can also
effective.
add some input.
Yeah, if someone were to like, I don't want to put the prerequisite onto Dewey that like he has to have watched the whole video first. So if someone could like sum up the key points, so he can start engaging, that'd be useful. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh god, now I gotta pick out more spells.
Perks of being a sorcerer. Oh wait, no. I know what I'm picking. I'm replacing fucking Guiding Bolt with True Sight.
I mean, I'm
Like,
probably
Guiding Bolt is
there's a
cute. No,
very
I'm
good
no,
chance
True
I'm
Sight is
picking
way
up.
cooler.
Yeah, I'm
I've
picking up
got-
things to deal with Rendion at this point, which is probably True Sight and something else.
What did you say there?
Oh, I was just saying, Guiding Bolt is cool, but obviously True Sight is cooler.
I do